Welcome back to another explainer. Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're unpacking a tiny, incredibly brief piece of micro content from the channel duck_SR. On the surface, it looks super simple, right? But honestly, underneath it all, it is an absolute masterclass in digital engagement. We're going to deconstruct exactly how a few carefully chosen words, a super bouncy rhythm, and, well, a giant dancing duck can literally captivate millions of people. Right out of the gate, we get this wild dynamic contrast. Think about it. You've got this cute, tiny baby completely juxtaposed with a massive, big duck. The creator is totally tapping into our natural human instinct to look at adorable things. But then they crank it up to 11 by pairing that baby with an oversized, kind of absurd bird. Seriously, the scale is just crazy. It's not just a regular duck, it is a giant duck. Setting up that visual contrast instantly tells us that we're about to see something delightfully weird, playful, and completely out of the ordinary. But duck_SR doesn't just cross their fingers and hope you get the joke. They actually give you explicit emotional directives right in the title. They call it a funny and adorable kids video. Think about your own scrolling habits. How often do you click on something simply because the title literally told you exactly how you were going to feel? By explicitly labeling it as funny and adorable, the metadata is actively priming your brain. They are completely framing the experience before you even hit play, guaranteeing that you receive the whole baby and duck visual with the exact warmth and amusement they wanted. Now, what's really interesting about this is how that visual setup perfectly translates into the audio. We get this one single line of transcript, Chiquitos vamos todos a bailar el aram sam. We are going to treat this single sentence with absolute analytical reverence. Because honestly, it's brilliant. It's incredibly brief, it's rhythmic, and it completely shifts us from just being passive observers of a funny scene into active participants. So, how is this one sentence actually built? Let's break down the linguistics. First up, the audience. Chiquitos, which translates to little ones. It's this super warm, inclusive invitation that instantly makes you feel like you're part of a community. Then we have the action. Vamos todos a bailar, or let's all dance. Notice how it's not just a mild suggestion, it is a direct, unified call to physically get up and move. And finally, the subject, el aram sam. The creator actually gives this physical action a highly specific, identifiable name. When you put those three things together, you've got a perfect, foolproof mechanism for audience retention. Let's zoom in on that subject for a second. The rhythmic anchor itself, aram sam sam. You hear this phonetic sequence in the audio, and it's right there in the title too. Now, obviously, this isn't standard vocabulary. It is pure 100% phonetic appeal. That rhythmic repetition is designed to be totally hypnotic and insanely catchy. It perfectly mirrors the physical bouncy movement you'd expect from a dancing baby and a giant duck. It is the ultimate auditory earworm, literally engineered to stick